Good morning, children. Hope you all are keeping well at home, and I welcome you all in your wonderful session of science biology. So, we all are studying about life processes. There are many examples of life processes like nutrition, respiration, transportation, excretion, reproduction, control and coordination. So, we all have studied in last session about nutrition and about respiration. So, today we all will study about transportation. Okay? And the today's topic will be transportation in plants and also one new topic, component and function of blood. Okay, children. So let's start with the word transportation. See, children, in a common language or everyday language, transportation means carrying goods or things from one place to another. Okay, but in biology, in the life process, transportation is that in which a substances observed or made, okay, the substances absorbed or made in any one part of the body of an organism is carried to other part of its body for utilizing it. So this is the meaning of transportation in biology. Okay, the system of transportation in human beings and in plants are different. Okay, so today let us study about plant. First, let us talk something about plant. Children, transport system in plants is less elaborate than in animals. Okay, why? Because plants are stationary, they are less active, so their cells do not need to supply material so quickly. Also, due to the branching shape, means they have branches in them. Also, due to branching shape of a plant, all cells of plant get oxygen from air, okay, for respiration, and also carbon dioxide for the process of photosynthesis. So, they need not much substances for transportation. Okay, the material which they required for transportation is mineral water. Food itself which is prepared in the leaf has to be transported in the plants. Okay, children. Now, so let us study about the process of transport system in the plant. Clear? Let us come here. See, children, system of the transport in system conduct by two tissues. Okay, one is known as xylem tissue and another one is known as phloem tissue. Xylem tissues and phloem tissues are a conducting substance, supplying substance of the material of the transportation in the plant. How do they do this? Inside the stem of a plant, there is a drain-like structure of a pipes are present which carries substances from one place to another. How? Okay, from the soil, roots carry water and minerals. Soil is fresh and rich of nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, which is much required for the plant. Okay, so all these substances like water, mineral, they all are absorbed by the roots Okay, and inside the roots present xylem vessels. These xylem vessels carry water and dissolved material up from the root and transport to the leaves. Okay, this water and mineral is required to prepare the food and also to the upward parts of the trees. Clear? So this is a way how water and minerals are transported to the plant by the xylem tissue. And the another conducting tissue of the plant is phloem. Phloem tissue, what do? They carry food up from the leaf and also carry food up down to the leaf or from the leaf. Food which is prepared by the process of photosynthesis in the leaf, okay, in the leaf is carried by phloem tissues, conducting tissue through a drain like structure, like a pipe like structure, through them to all parts of the plant, upwards also and downwards also. What is the difference between conducting? Xylem tissue conduct water and mineral, liquid substance. Phloem tissue conduct solid substance, food. Okay, phloem tissue conduct the food upward and downward both the side. Xylem tissue carry water and dissolve mineral only one, upwards from the roots to upward part of the plant. Okay children. Now the water and the mineral which is carried by the xylem tissues towards the leaf, okay, this water and mineral is required to prepare the food, but sometimes there is much water is present in the plant. Okay, when much water is present in the plant, what happen? The leftover water or the waste water which is not required for preparation of the food or for the photosynthesis evaporate outside from the leaf, and evaporation or coming out water with the phase of vapors or from the leaf is known as transpiration. What it is known as? Transpiration. So now you all have seen conducting tissue of a plant, how inside the plant food which is prepared in the leaf is supplied, and also water and minerals from the soil with the help of root, through the root is carried upward to the plant by the help of conducting tissue which is a xylem. Now let us see more about xylem tissues. What are xylem tissue? See children, here is a diagram of xylem tissue. Xylem tissues are made up of non-living cells, okay, and these tissue make a vessels which is called xylem vessels. Xylem vessels are made up of cells with end to end like this, okay. They are joint with end to end, okay, with giving a gap, and this is then become wall of cell, and this wall of cell is a broken, means from the when the cell join end to end, some broken structure is seen in this gap, okay, and when this wall is joined end to end, somewhere a area which is thin area is found, okay, and this thin area is known as cell wall. You all know cell wall, okay. Cell wall is a dead membranes in the plant which is made up of dead cell, okay, and this wall of cell also show somewhere a different structure that is a thick cell wall. This thick cell wall contains lignin and also cellulose in them. What is lignin? Lignin is a strong and hard structure, okay, which this strength and is required, the strength which is required to the plant is supplied from this thick cell wall, okay. And the other different thing is this xylem vessels, okay, are just a empty drain like structure, pipe like structure, which does not contain any cytoplasm or any nucleus in them, okay. By joining end to end, this xylem vessel keep on increasing in the plant, inside the plant, and this is the remaining part of the cell wall. So this is the xylem vessel. Xylem vessel also in the plant. With the xylem vessel, one more vessel is present. Actually that is not vessel because they are not open from the end. They are tracheids, okay. They are tracheids. In flowering plants, either xylem vessel conduct the water for the plant, and also sometime with xylem water tracheids also conduct the water. Tracheids with the xylem vessels present in each plant, but every time they do not conduct the water, they conduct or supply or transport the water in the flowering plant only, okay. So these tracheids are a long spindle like shape, like structure, and from the both the ends they have tapering ends. Tapering end means they are thin, close, and from the both side, but they have many holes in the between. They are tubes which is known as pits. From these pits the water is supplied or pass from one part to the another part, okay. So these are the structure of xylem vessel and also a tracheids, okay. Now let's see phloem. Like xylem, phloem also contain end to end and make the long tube, but the difference is that these are not a vessels, okay. They contain by joint to joint a long tube with containing some plate like structure, okay. These plates are known as sieve plate and they are formed at the end wall, okay. Forming this sieve plate, the phloem tube keep on containing and increasing in the size. On other hand, this is also known as sieve tube and also a companion cell of the phloem, okay. Companion cell of the phloem contain dense cytoplasm in it and also nucleus, okay. But this is the structure of sieve tube in the phloem. So it is known as companion cell of the phloem. Sieve tube contain no nucleus in them, but some cytoplasm they contain. Cell wall of the phloem does not contain lignin in them, but they contain cellulose in them, okay. In the sieve tubes, you can see here the sieve tube. In the sieve tubes, now how if the structure of the phloem is closed with these plates, then how the food is conducted? Between these plates, some pits, some holes are present, okay. And with this hole, the food is supplied from one part to another part of the plant. Now, till now, with help of diagram, what you have understood, okay, with the words, we will do some revision. transportation in the plants. Okay, soil is natural and richest source for the raw material in the plant. What are the raw material in the plant? Minerals like nitrogen, phosphorus, okay, and other minerals. Okay, they have to absorbed by the plant from soil with help of roots. Okay, then plant absorb water and mineral from the soil by the root and transport to the leaves and also to other parts of the plant. Okay, and the next is, as the distance between root and leaves are large, okay, because so that the process of diffusion cannot occur, because the distance between root and leaf to conduct or to supply or to transport the water and mineral will be not possible. So it cannot be occur by the process of diffusion. Okay, so not sufficient to provide raw material. Okay, because leaves need energy. Okay, and these leaves need energy is only conducted by the process of xylem and phloem tissues. Plant have very slow transport system. Okay, plant have very slow transport system. Okay, and large as required in plant to transport energy from leaves and also from the raw material from roots. Okay, so now let's start with the conducting tissue. What are the conducting tissue? Okay, as I told you, they are xylem and they are phloem. Okay, so conducting tissue of plants are phloem. Let us study about the phloem. What does the phloem do? As you all know, phloem is responsible for the transport of the food. Okay, and phloem, there is a companion cell inside the phloem which is known as sieve tube. So sieve tube is composed as a companion cell. Okay, and also they have parenchyma and some fibers also. So we can say sieve tubes are a conducting tissues. Conducting, what do they conduct? They conduct the element, means they conduct the food. Okay, and on another hand, what does the xylem, why xylem is responsible and why xylem is very much important in the plant for the conduction or for the transportation? They are responsible for transport of water and mineral, and they are composed by, they are made by tracheids, xylem vessel, xylem parenchyma, xylem fiber. All these you have studied in 9th class. Okay, and they are conducting element. The xylem make a continuous tube in the plant which runs from root to stem and right up the veins of leaves, means xylem supply water and minerals to each and every part of the cell of plant. Same way phloem also supply food to each and every plant, each and every part of the plant and also cell. So now children, you all have studied about transportation in the plants. Okay, how does that plant conduct water and minerals and also food which is prepared by the leaves? Let's come to very interesting next topic, next part of the topic of the transportation. Okay, clear everyone? Which is known as blood. Why we are studying blood in this session? Next session you all will study about the transportation in human being. Okay, what does human being conduct? What transport in the human being? That is a connective tissue, blood. Okay, so in next session you will study about the transportation or the conducting system in the human beings and also in the animals. Okay, but what is conducting? The conducting is a connective tissue, that is blood. Okay, blood contains a red pigment called hemoglobin. Okay, in its red cell. Because of its red cell, the hemoglobin or the blood contains in the red color. Okay, it seems the red color because of red pigment called hemoglobin. Okay, there are four components of the blood. First is known as plasma. What is plasma? Plasma is a liquid, colorless liquid inside the blood, and the function of plasma is to carries all dissolved substances. What dissolved substances? Glucose, food, carbon dioxide, oxygen and other important essential material is carried and transported by the plasma from one part of the body to another part of the body. Okay, and next is platelets. The next component of food is of blood is platelets. What does the platelets do? It helps in the clotting of blood. Means accidentally, if there is a bleeding in any part of the body, okay, then you have seen after some time some blue black patches over the wound or the place where it is injured. This is because of platelets. The platelet stop bleeding, the bleeding which is occurring in the body. The platelet help to stop that bleeding. Okay, the next component of the blood is red blood cell, which is also known as RBC. What does the RBC do? The RBC or the red blood cell carry oxygen from the lungs to all the parts of the cells of the body. Okay, and also presence of hemoglobin in the RBC carries some of the carbon dioxide from the tissue to the lungs. Okay, and so this is the function of RBC, which is the another component of the blood. The fourth component, main component of the blood is WBC, which is also known as white blood cell. The very essential function of white blood cell is the white blood cell fight against germs, infection and also protect us from disease. Okay, if any foreign material, any germs enter inside the body, so WBC fight against that infection, that germs, that foreign material, and so that it protects us from the disease. So you all have understood about transportation in plant and also blood, its component with its function. So let us go again with some homework. Here is for your home assignment. Again I am explaining you question which I am giving you in home assignment. You all can do in any of your old file or any file pages. You can collect them and this will be your assignment. Later you will be giving marks in all these. So in this home assignment I am giving you 3 questions. Question number 1, what is differences between the transport of material in xylem and phloem? In this question you have to explain about xylem and phloem. How do they function in the transportation system of the plant? Okay. Next question is, draw a well-labeled diagram to show the transport system in plant. Okay, you can take help from this same lesson. The diagram which is made here, you can learn to making diagram from this session. Okay, again I am telling you, the diagram which you are making in your assignment is important for your fair also. Okay. Explain the main component of blood with their functions. So this is the third question. Okay. I hope you all will enjoy doing this file assignment at your home. Sai Ram, all of you, and have a nice time.